Today we will discuss immunity. Immunity, it is the resistance power offered by our immune system to a particular infection or against a microorganism or a grafted tissue. So, immunity, it is simply the resistance power offered by our immune system. It can be carried out by two processes or two steps are there in immunity. That is, then the first step, the process is recognition of the antigen which is entering into the host body or host cell. After recognition, our immune system, it will dispose this non-self or the foreign substance. So, immunity it is carried out by two processes. They are the process of recognition and second one is the process of disposal of the antigen. The foreign substances, any foreign substance entering our body is an antigen and it may be a microorganism, graft, etc. Graft means the transplanted tissue or organ. Classification of immunity. Immunity can be classified into two types, innate immunity and acquired immunity. First we will see innate immunity. All living organisms, they are naturally gifted with some amount of resistance power. That is, they are gifted with resistance to certain infections from birth itself. This is a natural mechanism and so it is also known as native immunity or natural immunity. As innate immunity is not against any particular microorganism, it is also known as non-specific immunity. Factors influencing the levels of innate immunity. We can see three factors influencing the levels or degrees of innate immunity. That is, age is the first factor, second factor is hormonal influence and third one is nutrition. First we will see age. The extremes of life carry higher susceptibility to infections as compared to adults. That is, one extreme is fetus and the other extreme is old persons. Then the fetus or newborns, they are highly susceptible to infections. This is because the fetus in the mother's uterus, it is normally protected from many of the infections by placental barrier. That is, the placental barrier is protecting the fetus from many of the infections. But there are some pathogens which are capable of crossing this placental barrier. In such cases, they can cause infection to the fetus. The newborns, they are also highly susceptible to infections because due to the immature immune apparatus or the immune system. That is, the immune system of the newborns, they are immature. It is not capable of eliminating an antigen. So, they are also highly susceptible to infections. Similarly, in the case of older persons, they are also highly susceptible to infections due to the waning of their immune responses. Second one is hormonal influence. Increased susceptibility to some infections can be seen in teenagers and this may be due to some hormonal changes occurring at that time period. Then some other hormonal influences are endocrine disorders. These endocrine disorders such as the main or popular endocrine disorders which are seen in many of the persons are diabetes mellitus, hypothyroidism, etc. In these cases, we can see increased susceptibility to infections. For example, the diabetic patients, they are more prone to bacterial infections, that is mainly staphylococcal infections due to high levels of carbohydrate in their tissues. Another example for hormonal imbalance is overuse of corticosteroids. These corticosteroids are mainly used in various therapies and these corticosteroids, they can suppress the defense mechanism of the host by inhibiting the positive responses such as inflammation, antibody formation, etc. in the host. Then the elevated steroid level can be seen during pregnancies also. This may also make them highly susceptible to infection. Third factor is nutrition. Nutrition is an essential factor for production of adequate immune response. Both cell-mediated immune response and humoral immune response, they are reduced by malnutrition conditions. So, it is the commonest cause of immunodeficiency in many of the children. So, these are the three factors which are determining the levels of immunity or the degree of immunity of a person. Then coming to the factors responsible for innate immunity. The innate immunity operates through many factors such as physical and mechanical factors, biochemical factors, cellular factors, genetic factors and other factors. All these factors will be discussed in next lectures. Next we can see acquired immunity. The resistance that an individual acquires during his lifetime. This is acquired immunity, or it is also known as adaptive immunity. The immune response obtained, it will be against a specific antigen, or the immune response elicited, it will be against a specific antigen. So this immunity is also known as specific immunity. Acquired immunity are of two types, active and passive immunity. Both active and passive may be natural or artificial. That is, acquired immunity can be classified into active immunity and passive immunity. And the active immunity, it is again classified into natural active immunity and artificial active immunity. Passive immunity is also classified into natural passive immunity and artificial passive immunity. All these will be discussed in next lectures. Hope you understand the session. Thank you. Have a nice day.